Wolverine Women here, and a lot has happened since the beginning of the NFL season. Rams and Lions are now both 3-1, and the reigning champs have lost 3 games to start their season. But on a serious note, players across the league have now brought to attention protests and their beliefs on everything going on around the world. They have kneeled during the national anthem, interlocked arms, and even some have stayed inside the locker room while the national anthem is being played. And after a few recent tweets from the president condemning players on their actions, now almost every single NFL team has taken part in this in some manner. So I'm joined by Riley and Carissa. Tell me what your initial reactions were when you first saw almost entire teams either kneeling or interlocking arms during the national anthem.
I mean, I was like, finally, but a little underwhelmed, to be honest. I mean, it's probably was like 15 months ago that Colin Kaepernick kneeled, and now over a year later, everyone's interlocking arms and kneeling and stretching. I mean, it was surprising. I would not have seen that coming from owners and just like the large amount across the league, but
even owners were.
Yeah. And I think for me, I'm glad that everyone kind of came together and that there was unity amongst the league, but I definitely felt a little uncomfortable about some of the owners taking part, knowing that they were huge Trump supporters during the campaign, and I think that's a little unsettling, and I think some of the players probably felt that as well, and there had to be that unity to sort of put the best face forward to show the fans and show the country that, yes, this league is unified, but there was a little discomfort there for me. And
there is a little confusion maybe why people are, the players are standing or kneeling. So do you guys think it has been made clear why these guys are standing for what they are? Or do you think it's all the same cause?
I think I was actually very surprised looking at Twitter following these games and seeing how many fans were just outraged by everything that was happening and just very angry at the players and the system. And I don't think there is enough clarity going on between exactly what these players are protesting.
I think it's absolutely not clear. Like, Colin Kaepernick's message is very clear. He said it over and over again. It's not about the national anthem. It's not about police. It's not about veterans. It's nothing about that. It's about how black people are being treated by the police and like blatant brutality against black people. Very clear platform from him. There are people like Ray Lewis who condemned Colin Kaepernick, like, I would never kneel, I would never disrespect our veterans, and he's on the field on 2 knees. So no, that's very confusing, and it's not, I don't think much will be done until there's numbers in the message. There has to be, you can have a message, everyone can have different messages. If you wanted to do, if the owners and the players were all for solidarity, cool. We need to know that, though, because there's people on their knees and there's people just locking arms, and what are you all doing this for?
Yes. But going off of that, too, some of the players I've noticed have been wearing like customized T-shirts or cleats or something like that that actually have explicit messages, and I feel like those images aren't going viral as much as the ones that are of the locking arms, the team unity.
And all of this has been happening during the national anthem. So do you think there's a better time during the game or maybe during the week that they could be doing this? Does it have to be during the national anthem?
I think it's the perfect time to do it. Personally, I know that with these are protests. I think people are confusing this with, I don't know what they're confusing it with, but it's a protest. Protests are meant to make others uncomfortable. If you kneel, during halftime, right before halftime, no one cares, like, do you? But during the national anthem, it's disrupting thing. It's something that's important to so many people, so make them a bit uncomfortable if you really want to make a difference.
And I think that goes back to what we were talking about earlier and how the average fan doesn't really understand fully what's going on, and that's the problem in itself. And football shouldn't be the one thing that changes everyone's mind. There needs to be other things that happen in the world and in politics where people are more aware and awake to what's happening. But I think I really have a lot of respect for Colin Kaepernick to at least try to educate some people, even if it hasn't fully worked with a lot of people.
Yeah, he's doing his part off the field. And another team that is really trying to do stuff off the field are the Detroit Lions. So their owner, Martha Ford, said she would financially back everyone if they did not kneel during the national anthem for whatever causes they supported. So what are your thoughts on that?
That's control. You want the results you want, so you're gonna throw some money at it, and that's, I understand. You'll help the cause I'm going for personally, but it's bigger, and it's hard for people to understand when they're not experiencing this, when they don't have relatives who are being killed and just slaughtered, unarmed. Just, it's different for people when they don't experience that, when that's not their everyday life, when they don't have to worry about, you know, I'm speeding, I'm gonna get pulled over, am I gonna die for speeding, you know? It's so, I mean, yeah, it's a great offer.
Exactly. And Carissa, money isn't something that this can fix, too. That's the thing. Like,
Absolutely not.
she can offer money to these players that are kneeling to protest these injustices, but money is not going to change anything.
I think the point is, like, people are really upset, like, these guys are NFL players, they're paid $1 million to go play on a field, and now they're just kneeling during it to protest. But it's like, okay, what are you going to do after that? So I think this is the thing of them doing it by actions. I think people want to see them going out more so and doing things that'll help communities. So I think that might be her point.
So why give it to them so they don't kneel then? Just give it to them anyway. You see what's going on right now. If you want to make a difference, if you want to go out and change things, let them kneel and give them money, because you're losing the money regardless.
Yeah.
You just want to control the situation, which, okay.
You want to make your fans happy,
yeah,
which is...
You're trying to, you know,
Again.
ease it up, like, and change things and, you know, be everything to get calm, but that's not the point. And, I mean, are you going to give this money to the families of fathers and brothers and cousins and moms, all those kids who's lost their moms, their dads, to this exact cause? How are you going to change that? I mean, you can give money without making a demand. You're paying them not to protest.
I can see that. Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of these players worked really hard to get where they are today. They overcame a lot of odds and adversity, and a lot of their family and friends are still struggling with these issues every single day. And they have a platform right now that a lot of people don't have, and that they have this level of power that just because of American football and how it sort of stands in society, that they can actually make a difference and speak for their friends and their family back home that are sort of stuck in this political system and this societal system that's never going to change or won't change anytime soon. So they have this platform where they can make a difference and they can make change. And I think anyone that tries to inhibit that is really doing an injustice to them as people.
I mean, the platform is so important. There was a young man, I'm sure we all know this, who kneeled for almost 24 hours on the Block M in our diag. And I mean, he brought a lot of attention to himself, probably a lot of local attention, but not national attention, you know? And he made a difference, and what he did was noble, and I completely respect it. It was so hot.
I did it for 3 hours, my knees.
That was the hottest day.
Yeah. I was like, I respect him so much, but the platform means so much more. If even one of those players would have acknowledged what he did, if they saw it, would have blow up. You know, it's all about how many people you can reach.
Yeah.
And he impacted, you were saying, like the local community. A lot of people, because I was on the diag for a while with them and sort of seeing different people's responses, and it was really touching how the community really came out. And so I think that was really beneficial on a local level, but if you really want to reach the national attention, really captivate the bigger audience, then you need to use these bigger platforms. So that's exactly right.
I think we've come a long way. I think in the raising awareness.
I mean, we're talking about it.
Having
That's
conversations.
a start. Yeah, that's a start.
We've come a long way in having conversations. Whether or not someone has that secret formula to solve everything, we may not know in our lifetimes. But I think just having conversations.
Yeah, we've come a long way. We're talking, where people are doing things are changing, and that's the point of the protest.
Yeah.
Exactly. I agree.
So let's pray on the offense.
Say prayers. So glad Wolverine Women could have these conversations. Stay tuned for more segments from us